Mother's Day is coming up this weekend, and for a lot of people, it comes with a lot of complicated emotions, including sadness and grief. This morning, our 9 News parenting expert, Dr. Sheryl Ziegler, joins us to discuss that grief. Good morning, Dr. Ziegler.
Good morning.
So for people experiencing this, what kind of grief are we talking about? What are they going through right now?
Yeah, so there's this grief around certain holidays, and Mother's Day is a really big one in terms of if you've lost your own mother or mother figure, if you had a pregnancy loss or have lost a child, or if you're really estranged from your mother, you can have these intense feelings of sadness, regret, maybe even anger, unresolved emotions and experiences that really get triggered, and it kind of goes on for weeks leading up to Mother's Day.
Yeah, this is something that I feel like we've acknowledged more and more within the past few years. Who exactly are we talking to in this situation?
So we are talking to people who have lost a mother figure, in whoever their mother figure is, and so they are longing for them. That might have been a long time ago. That might have been just recently. And so when we talk about it, there's grief, right? Which is that natural response to a loss of somebody. That's very natural. Those are those feelings. And then there's the period, what we call like bereavement, which is the period that follows. And why I want to point that out is because for some people, they may have said, I lost my mother 15 years ago, but it still hurts. Maybe it hurts even worse because look at all of this I have going on in my life and I can't share it with them. I have my own kids, but they don't know their grandmother. And then there's also the mourning period, and that might be more acute. Maybe if somebody's more recently lost it, they're still in that period of mourning where Mother's Day is sensitive. I had someone recently say to me, I'm gonna take note of who reaches out to me because I recently lost my mother. And what that really meant to me was I want people to know I'm hurting. Please connect with me.
Yeah. And there's no timer on bereavement. It looks different for everybody.
Absolutely.
For people that, are worried about what this holiday is going to look like for them if they have experienced a loss or an estrangement or something like that, what are ways they can do to help manage their grief?
So there are some things that can be helpful, and sometimes it's particularly on Mother's Day. So maybe planning ahead and realizing this is going to be a hard holiday for me, and so what do I want to do? Do I want to be with siblings? Do I want to be with family? What do I want to do? It gives you at least some sense of power. So yeah. Planning ahead is important, and today is perfectly fine to say, okay, what am I going to plan for Sunday? Some people also volunteer, they donate to a cause that maybe their mother loved. They do something sort of in honor of them. That can be really helpful as well. Managing your own stress, so kind of using it as almost a self-care day is what some people do. Just loving on your own self can be really helpful because we know 10 to 20% of people who have this kind of great loss continue on for years and actually get health complications as a result of unresolved grief. So really almost to take a pause too and realize where am I with this and how am I doing? And just really reaching out to others is usually so important. Just connect with others and see kind of how you want to spend that day.
I want to take that last point and flip it a little bit. For us to be aware of the people who might be grieving, like you said, for your friend that reached out to you, are there things that we can do to help on these days too? Of course, we don't want to discourage people from celebrating the wonderful people in their lives, but we also want to acknowledge the pain that other loved ones of ours might be going through.
Yeah, and I'm glad you asked me that because I shared with you before we started, I now have a couple of really close friends, including my best friend, who have lost their mothers. And I think up until probably really almost this last year, I think of Mother's Day as very much for me or celebrating my mother and my grandmother. But I also now am going, I need to carve out some time of my day to reach out to every one of those women. In my case, it's women that have lost their mothers and just say, I'm thinking of you. I think they just want to be seen, understood, and acknowledged. So just doing that, a text, a card, something like that, I think goes a long way. And
of course, something Dr. Sheryl Ziegler mentioned with us in the commercial break is this also applies to people who have lost a child or had miscarriage or anything like that, which actually Corey's going to be diving more into that topic tomorrow. So please join us for that. Dr. Ziegler, thank you.
Thank you.